underestimate the power of a t-shirt.
And I think we need, the town of Rural Retreat needs to realize also that Dr. Pepper doesn't really care about the town of Rural Retreat.
Well, now the state guy does.
But
Yeah, he does.
But the corporation
As a whole.
as a whole does not care about Rural Retreat, nor do they support
No.
the history of Dr. Pepper and Rural
They
Retreat.
deny it.
Yes,
Yeah.
they always have.
Hey, it can be fun, it's too bad that this other experience happens. I don't know. I'll talk to our group, we have this stuff, people wanna see it again, people are always thinking, we're gonna put that stuff back out again. And so we might go ahead and do it, but I don't know, we'll pick Saturday or Sunday, I don't know, but if anything does cook up, I'm certainly not gonna promise for
We'd like if the lines of communication to remain open, whether we do anything or not.
Sure.
I will talk to him this week and be in touch with you about what they're going to do.
Okay, well, it's October, I mean, it's not like we're in a crisis here, but it'd be nice to, at some point, put it on the calendar. Thank you. All right, last thing. I got a little bit involved with what's going on with the fiber placements here. I did like call it a public service announcement on our Facebook page. I know 3 different people now that have been, I'll call it scammed by people pushing, you gotta change over to fiber, you gotta change over to fiber. And I wanted people to know that there are currently 12 different ways you can get internet in Rural Retreat right now. And they're different. The big implication is on your home telephone, because at least 2 couples I know, they said, sure, switch me to fiber, and if you put fiber in your old telephone, it's not gonna work anymore. So you've got to change all that. Your jacks don't work anymore. It's not straightforward. So it needs to be well thought out, and the companies need to, the one instance we heard was that they were told they had to do it today, they just had to do it today, and then they lost the telephone service. So that's going around. So my question is, do you franchise certain companies to pull fiber in Rural Retreat? Is that something they have to you have to agree to let Point Broadband put fiber? Because I bet you there's 3 fiber cables running by my house right now.
It's
I was
not,
there in the state right away.
see,
But
it's not really a Rural Retreat permission thing.
Okay.
I mean, the problem is, and Derek has dealt with this to some degree, because of some people trying to sell Point Broadband later at night, you know, and he's actually called them and said, don't come back to town Rural Retreat after dark. And some of them didn't have any qualifications, any tags, anything. Their vehicle didn't have anything on it.
Yeah.
But I got a hold of a flyer, I think his name was Nick. So we called Nick and told him he was no longer welcome in the town of Rural Retreat if he was going to do what he did. But I mean, it's just something, it's hard for us to control unless somebody calls and lets us know that, I mean, we can't stop them legally, but we can let them know, hey, you know, you're not gonna come after hours and knock on people's doors when they're trying to eat dinner and they've got kids at home and it's after dark or whatever.
Well, this guy came around my, he knocked on the front door apparently. I didn't know he came out the backyard where I was
And they're from out of state.
almost dressed.
One was from Tennessee that we talked to, the other one was from Florida, so.
Okay. Well, I
The one
understand
I
two
talked to was
people
from
got
South
fired
Carolina.
because of- Anyway, okay, well, that's good to know. I didn't, so they basically can,
Well,
it's on the state right away, they can pull it.
as long as their product is going on state right of way, we don't have a say in.
Okay, all right.
I just want to let people know too, that they are calling, if you have a landline, they are calling your house, and it is coming at bright speed, and it's a scam. So the I don't know all the number, but I think the first digits are like 980. And they have,
Is that the area code or the first three? Because 980 is Pulaski.
let me look, it just said Brightspeed and.
Not the area code, but the first three
Let's
letters.
see, 'cause
980, that's Pulaski phone number.
Well, Brightspeed is one of the aggressive companies.
Oh, it's because Point Broadband's killing them right now.
Okay.
Because they were here first. Brightspeed was CenturyLink.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're trying to
And they're-
handle their customers because these other companies are pulling their customers down.
Because they got better service.
Well, I've had Shintel for a long time.
Me
I'm very
too.
happy with that. Okay.
Thank you, Frank,
Thank you.
appreciate you.
The scam number is 980-470-4699.
There it goes, he's coming across.
Let's all call it right now.
Because one of my family members, I think has gotten scammed.
980 is a Charlotte, North Carolina metropolitan area.
It is,
Very cool.
hold on.
It's what they input in front of their call. They can be in Bangladesh.
A lot of people get phone calls from their own number.
Yeah.
Most of the scam calls we get here in this office come from Pound.
But this one come up to our phone, Brightspeed. It's 980-470-4699.
I just,
Don't answer it.
I don't answer anything anymore.
I think the one that called us was
Well,
Omar.
anyway,
Omar,
okay.
Omar Muhammad.
From
That
Alabama.
said, does anybody else have anything to address to the council? If not, at this point, we always extend an invitation to the folks that are here. If you want to stay and watch, you may. If you like to go home, you may as well. In other words, in other words, we won't talk about you when you leave. We'll go just do old boring town business and first of all, I'd like to know you're welcome. Yes.
Mr. Mayor, I would like to address Mrs. Hopkins.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
Mrs.
cut you
McBride.
off. You go ahead.
I think Mrs. McBride is correct that plans are not going to be changed a whole lot. But in Ms. Hopkins' case, once it's built and a problem is created, I think we'll be more than happy to address it at that time.
After the fact?
During the fact, while it's happening. We will not ignore your thoughts on the pickleball court if it does develop into a problem.
Well, thank you. That's it.
Well, thank you all for having us.
Okay. With that said, we have correspondence from a town office.
I do. I'll go ahead and read the thank you note that the Friends of the Library wrote. Due to the town of Roy Retreat, to the Roy Retreat Town Council, on behalf of the Friends of the Roy Retreat Library, we would like to thank you for your continuous support of the Roy Retreat Library. Over the past year, we were able to make many building improvements and support the summer reading program for both children and adults. As we enter into the new fiscal year, our plans are to continue with building maintenance, improvements, and supporting community events. We would not be able to do all of this without your help. Thank you, Janie Dean, and the President, Friends of the Roy Retreat Library.
Okay. Any other correspondence from the town office?
No.
Do we have correspondence from the town council? Okay. Takes us to the police report. Jason, would you, I don't know whether anybody knows, but would you report to council the shape of our?
I think she would be best. She talks to
That'd be
him.
fine. One of you, if you would.
He's doing fine. He's He goes to the doctor tomorrow for his follow-up, but, he's just not very mobile, but he's fine. He's doing well.
His
His spirits
he sounds
are
a little
good.
bit down to me at times, day to day. But what did he say? They might be able to come back light duty. What, 12th of May, 11th of May?
Something like that, but, I mean, he hasn't been to the doctor
It's
yet.
gonna be weeks.
But he's going through tremendous discomfort, not because of pain, but because of things that he can't do. He still cannot sit down. He has to lay down or stand up.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, sir.
I texted him just before council meeting and asked him if he had any words of wisdom for council. And his reply was, I don't have any wisdom. I'm sick of laying around.
That was worth the time.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. And I concur with him.
Jason, I have a question for you. What is the sign that, about the road?
The bridge that was parked here and was moved.
Where is that located?
It's
Several
the
people
it's
have
the
asked.
bridge where you turn to go to Sugar Grove or you turn to go to Speedwell,
You go.
and that's split.
Okay, Krieger's Creek Road or something.
Right there where they have the trout. You turn this way to go to Sugar Grove and this way to go to Speedwell. It's right there by that bottom.
Oh,
They had it parked over here, and me and Mike rode by yesterday, and we tried to come out from this road, and we were like, "This is not going to work." So he called VDOT and had to move it today. So
Okay, anybody want to add anything with the police report? Okay, that takes us to unfinished business. Do we have any report on that?
Just, can I remind everybody about the shredded event this Saturday from 9 to 12?
Can we leave Staples in?
Yes.
Thank you.
And I've never really been a part of it, usually because I've been chasing my youngins around with sports. But I will be here Saturday, and they said in the past that people have wanted a place to put their boxes that they bring stuff in. We're going to park one of our smaller dump trucks back here for people to put their boxes in. That's going to be a service we will have, but they will have to break down their boxes to put it into that little dump truck, because if you throw 10 unbroken down boxes in it, it's full, so it's gonna have to be broken down before they do it. But that will have an area for them to put their boxes as well.
Okay. Any other unfinished business? Okay. That takes us to new business. Now, if you go slow, you don't want anybody left behind. Okay, under committee reports, finance and appropriation.
I just wanted to let everybody know that I received the engagement letter from the auditors, and I've emailed each one of you a copy of that letter. It's about 8 pages long. It's the same letter, just explaining what they're gonna do, what the service is about. They did give us a little bit of an increase from last year. Their part of the audit service will be $24,475. And that's about $1,165 more than it was last year. But yeah, we're getting ready to get started with the audits.
Okay,
Do you want to address Heritage Day now, or wait till we get to Heritage Day?
best way to get your heritage there is. Okay, personal ordinances and legal matters,
I don't have anything.
don't have anything to report?
How about the sign, the stop sign that's on Elm Avenue, that's, right across from where Freddie Bridges that was down? Has that been put back up?
The state will take care of that. I need to call them. The signs are the state's.
Okay,
Yeah, I just need to call them, tell them to put that one back.
okay.
Hopefully, by this fall, they will all in town be changed.
It's supposed to all be new, but
Okay. All right, that covered, Sue, Allie, all right with that?
Yep.
Okay, then that takes us to Heritage Day.
And if I could just ask that everyone let me complete what I've got to say before they jump in amongst it, we'll get this all straightened out fairly quickly, I think, don't you, Bob?
Yes.
First thing I want to say is I've sat here since 2006, and I've been treated with a lot of respect. But having to miss the last meeting due to an exposure to COVID, the one that exposed the mayor, I watched the replay and have never been so offended by the way that I was treated without a chance to defend myself. I will not stand for it. I will not take it. If you have something to say to me, you're more than welcome to come ask me face to face, and we can discuss it. We can agree to disagree on a lot of different things. We've always gotten things done, and we're here for the people of the town. We're not here for me, I'm not here for a title, Bob's not here for a title, Jason's not here for a title, the mayor's not here for a title. We're here because we have a passion for the town, we want to get things done. So that being said, I would appreciate it that people, when I'm not here, leave me out of the conversation until I am here to be a part of the conversation. Now, what happened with the whole Heritage Day debacle was our sound crew called me on Friday evening about 5:30 or 6. It was later in the evening, and they said, you realize your stage is not big enough for the act you have coming in. Okay, so what do I need to do? Well, you're gonna have to rent a stage. Well, I immediately went into panic because I don't want to rent a stage. So they priced me to rent a stage. I picked up the phone, called Jason and Monica, told them the situation, advised them of what was going on. The three of us knew, and we decided we would address it on Monday because there was nothing going on for the weekend. So, in the meantime, somehow it got out in town that I was asking for $60,000 for our main act. Now, any of you that know me know that if a $60,000 act had been put out there, I would have fired them if they had changed from what they've asked that amount. I had no way of knowing what was going to go down when I wasn't here, but that was never the fact. It was the sound guys that found that they needed a larger stage. Diamond Rio, when I called them and asked them what they needed, they said they needed a 27 to 47 stage. Called Jason. Jason ran down and measured ours. Ours is 25 by 45. Called the band back, told them 25 by 45. They said, our price is good, it's firm. We don't need a bigger stage, we'll make yours work. We want to play. That's all they wanted to do. They were more than cordial to come up with what we had agreed upon. So the budget that was adopted last year for Heritage Day is still the budget for this year for Heritage Day. So what we adopted last year in June, at the end of June, take 1st of July, still stands. There's no extra money you can ask for. Well, there is. I asked for 6 men at $100 a piece to load and unload the bus, so I didn't have to try to find volunteers. That's it. I went back and did some figuring. I figured what I could do next year's for. I came back to the budget committee, sat down with Bob and Sean, Monica and Jason, and I gave them a number, and they decided that my number needed to be adjusted a little bit because I was putting myself too far in the hole. They were very generous and agreed that next year's Heritage Day budget will be $40,000. We can still have a great show, a great product, great production, everything at that amount. I have never done anything during this whole time without consulting the mayor, Jason, or Monica, or all three of them. And telling them what I had, and what I was gonna have to spend. So therefore, that being said, if there are any questions, if you'll let me take a drink here, I'll answer whatever you want to know.
What's in that bottle?
All right,
You said 40,000 for next year.
for next year, yes, ma'am.
Okay, is that just including the band, or is that a little bit of extra that you have to have?
That will cover the whole festival,
Okay,
Lock, stock, barrel.
okay,
everything.
okay.
In a sense, those are two different items. He's wanting to clarify this year. The $40,000 is still a budget item, it has to be approved. And the concern came that we were getting over too much. Well, that's what the budgetary process is for. And with that said, I want to add something if I may. And it's not for the old hands, not for Bob, he's admitted, it's for the council and everybody involved, that the way information comes from the town of Retreat has 3 political appointees. And I want to make sure this is clarified and everything is done. We have 3. Town manager, the treasurer, and the police officer. They are appointees. Every new election, they're reappointed or non-appointed, whatever the big. Now, what happens is if somebody doesn't like Jason, I'm gonna pick on him because he knows, he is not to be attacked by one council member. And I'm sorry to say that I've had to referee that, and I don't know exactly how to handle it again if it ever happens again like that. Now there's a reason for this, I'm going along, and you'll see the reason, is that we are a council. 7, not 6, but 7. All I can do is break a tie. But with the same token, a lot of the times you have to put up with talks like this. And there's also, and this is what the crux of the matter, there is a chain of command. Everybody that's in town, everybody included, works for the town manager. Town manager works for all 7 of us. And from that list goes down the ladder, he's the top dog. Now, if you say, I can't stand what this one does, what that does, all it takes is a vote. And a political appointee has no protection whatsoever from the Virginia Labor Relations Board and whatever. All it takes is there has to be 6 votes with me breaking the vote, or 7 or whatever, Doesn't have to be but 6, or anyway. What I want to clarify is how information is handed out. There's information getting in town, and I'm growing weary. And they say, what's it to you? Because I like me, because I'll call for the dang vote. Here it is. Information is gotten that. Part of his problem was he wasn't here. He has been addressed with not being here. I haven't been here as much as I need to be. But I'd like to think that we've got a reason for not being here. But Jason is the top dog. Now, I don't know why that I was have to say this. Nobody else gets to make decisions on a single basis. That includes me. He is the one that. So, there's information's gotten out and it's come out of the town office. It's why he's gotten his eyes to. And I grow weary of hearing about it. I've heard it. I get to make some decisions in this kind of thing too. And I will cause trouble if it keeps coming information. If anybody, if Mike don't like what's going on, he needs to tell Jason. He works for Jason. Anybody in this office, anybody in this town that has something to say has to go through him. Now, I'm not going to be, it's not Michael James saying you can't come to council meeting. When you address council, you can do so in here. You can indeed. But this backbiting that goes on in this little old town, I'm weary of it. And I'm going to cause trouble. And he said, what can you do? I can. One of the things I can do is ask for a vote. And I'm not a bad politician about asking for a vote. So I wasn't going to do this. And I changed my mind and I said, I will do it. No information comes out of anything. If you want another truck, you wouldn't ask me for it. I can't get you a truck. Jason can.
Maybe.
Because he has to ask us. The true people. Who's in charge of the town of Retreat? We're sitting here -1. But this is where it goes. But it comes up through the chain of command. Not out on the street. So, Dale had been here, he could have held it for himself. I'll say in front of Dale in here, he's been chastised, gonna have to be here. If you can't be here, you're sick. Boy, I almost missed a few nights, but she lets us know. I've missed several nights. Well, you can see I'm sitting on my... Anyway, and Tim ain't the final authority. It's right there. It goes, the chain of command goes down through him and it comes up through him. Now, you say, well, you just said that he's untouchable. Oh, no. Oh, no. But we're not going to play tricks that this one, not the man sitting there now, but the one that sat there. I've got people that still complain to me about hearing that. There's a way to do this. And you all can exercise whatever you need to exercise about doing, but you're in charge. Not the people that we pay. We get to decide whether they work or not. Now, if you want rid of Billy Shute, well, you got to go through him. We can't do that. Billy Shute doesn't work for us; he works for him. Would you not agree, Bob?
I agree.
Am I saying anything that's not in favor of the charter the way that the town was designed? And it means me. I can't go fire him. I can't do anything without your permission. Well, then I just, the reason why that I bring this up is because I want to prove to you that I know what my standing is, except I can give these talks because that's my job. My job is not to run the day-to-day operation, and and like I said, please keep in mind, we need to be here when we can. If you can't be here, Jim gone a lot. His job requires it. But Jim never lets, we know when he's not gonna be here. And like I said, I think I've dealt with absenteeism, wanna see what happens over time. And I've missed several myself, but I apologize to the council for that. But I think I'm going a little extra mile, getting pushed in here in a wheelchair to be here. But Shows come to work the day he got out of the hospital and sat there and put up with this. So, you know, I say to everyone, this is important. This is not just a little old Peckerwood. What is it? What'll the budget be this time, Jason? 3.5 million, 4 million? Are you counting your
Closer to 5.
closer to $5 million? This ain't no little Peckerwood job. It's meaningful. And we want all of us to participate, but we want to do our job correctly. So with that said, that's personnel ordinances. And thank you all for living through that.
We remember when it was $300,000.
Yeah, most of you do. I know you do. And it's truly,
And I remember thinking then, wow.
wow. Yeah.
Doc Humphrey had.
And I'm sorry you all had to endure that, but that's part of it. And there's so many times, and I don't believe in it, you can ask Jason or anybody else, I don't like these secret meetings, you know, just council, but we operate in your eyes. You have information that you can get, and I will go direct you to the town manager if we don't get you an answer, whatever, and he will come to us. He's good about bringing that forward. So again, I apologize once for Dale. I'm sorry that Oakland had to do, but this was something that didn't have to be. And we've done a good job. He's done a good job. Let's move on.
I've never seen anybody pace in a wheelchair before.
Now say what?
I've never seen anybody pace in a wheelchair.
And you see, they feel comfortable enough to pick at me. And he's right, I was pacing in a wheelchair. So anyway, thank you all for enduring that. And that takes us to the Muriel.
I need to get with you on that, Jim. We're getting ready to put the porch on, and he said that he probably needs to put the structure for the porch on before we do that.
I was in Mountain City a couple of weeks ago, and I went around and took a bunch of pictures of their murals up there.
Did you get a name for them, or?
Oh, yeah, I know the lady did.
Okay.
Have those people met yet? The mural?
That's what we're planning. What about, are you gonna be out of town Monday or Tuesday next week? I know that's your days off.
During the day, I won't be around, I'll be around the evening.
Okay, so I can plan one for, let me see here. If you all don't mind, give me just 1 second.
I'm off every day, Jason.
I can't do the 21st because I have a procedure that's being done.
What about, Wednesday the 22nd, will you be,
That's the day of the procedure.
the 22nd is?
I have
Okay.
to get ready for it on the 21st.
All right, how about we just shoot for right before the next council meeting if we can?
Okay.
Is that okay?
28.
Have you talked with Chris?
Chris, yeah, I've talked with Chris, yeah.
Okay. Takes the town manager report.
Okay, I'm gonna cover kind of the high spots. If there's anything you guys have after this, feel free to ask me anything you'd like. Downtown revitalization, this kind of reflects to what Ms. Hopkins said, and I appreciate her talking about the process the way she did because I see it the exact same way she does. In a short time, we've got a lot of stuff completed down there. The contractor has installed the HVAC, electricity, and the majority of the project in the building on the downtown site. They have also started the concrete work for the playground and the drop inlets for the drainage near the playground and the splash pad. The next steps will be the porch, doors, flagpole, electrical, the gazebo, and other concrete work. I have also tentatively set up a meeting about the pickleball courts for next week. So I haven't had any hard.
May I come?
Well, I mean,
Just-
you can come, but we're just gonna roll a wheel around and see how much room we have. But I did talk with Miss Dunford, or Councilmember Dunford, about the Wishing Well 2, because it was a donated item from the Lions Club, and we're gonna try to get them a metal sign put up. I'll probably get Mr. Fortner up here to see if he can't do something for the Lions Club, because they did gift that to the town. And also, we've made calls about the flagpole and the flags and things like that. We did order the gazebo. Did they say when it was gonna be, when it would be here?
4 to 6 weeks.
4 to 6 weeks. It's really, really, really nice. How would you describe it?
It's gonna make a very big, splash, the way it's built. It's got 2 roofs on it, 2 tiers. I think it'll go in with the decor down there.
Water shoots out the top. I'm just kidding. But it's really, really, really gonna look nice. And honestly, as you're coming through town, I know everything's not done, but it looks, if you think back to when Jack Weaver's buildings were there and the other buildings were there, and the axles, I mean, if you really look back, and the axles were there, and the cars were there, and the engines were there, to what it's going to turn into when it's all said and done, I think it's been a long process, but I think it speaks volumes to the town and the councils and that we've had along the way to make it happen. But it's coming together pretty quick. One thing I would like to discuss, and I don't have it on here, but we were talking earlier, and we would like to get you guys input on what we're going to do this grand opening thing. It's going to be Memorial Day.
Give out t-shirts.
So, do we do it on Saturday the 23rd, Memorial Day weekend? I think that would be the best day. It takes church out of the equation.
I agree.
I think. What time do you want to do it? Like 1 o'clock when it's warm and the kids can just run in and jump and start at it?
So we need to, is it just gonna be a dedication that day, all it?
We'll have with Bland down there.
Mhm.
Try to get the chamber maybe to come down there just for a ribbon cutting. Now probably might not be the chamber, it might just be the With Bland Foundation, since they did give money for the council members. And then, we can do a ribbon cutting, and then Sean had talked about setting up, and I don't know what you guys want to do budget wise, but setting up, how many did he say?
So the icy guy, Josh Widener, he called me several months ago and asked me if we would allow him to come set up, or he was interested in setting up. So Sean asked me to message him and find out how many, if we just paid him, how many ices could we just give the kids instead of having the kids go up and buy them. And he said that he could do, for $250, he could roughly give out 70 to 75 snow cones.
So for $500, you could, or $400, you could be about 100.
70 to 75 for $250.
Okay, so for $500, you could give out
150.
I mean, and that's just the kids, you know, coming up and handing them out.
Should be more than enough, I would think.
I wouldn't, maybe just the half of that, maybe just the 75, because I mean, but
We better go on the safe side.
have him bring them just in case, and then we
Yeah.
can have another check if he needs it or
Yeah.
whatever. Okay. So, do you want to, when, we're gonna bring in a food truck, the IC people, maybe the fire department, get the fire department down there, if we can do the parking and everything. But we'll take care of that. We just kind of wanted to know what kind of budget you wanted us to have. I mean, we should be able to do it for less than $500, I would think.
I think we should set aside more than that. If we got it, to be on the safe.
I mean, in the 10 fund of undesignated, we could do $1,000 easy.
Yeah.
Okay. I need a vote on that.
Yeah, we'll say we need, you make a motion.
motion, we designate $1,000 for grand opening in the park.
I'll second that.
Okay.
Discussion. We're gonna have music.
If you want music, we'll have music.
If we're gonna have music, it's gonna take more than $1,000, right?
Yeah. Depends on what you want.
Well, you know, it just, I think we need some sort of entertainment.
Put them at the farmer's market under the,
Prom Pop, that weekend is pretty well booked.
Pretty well booked up for people. Well, how about somebody like maybe Bud Paul or,
Oh, yeah.
but I think you need some kind of entertainment.
I think Bud would probably be good for that. There's a lady in Whipple that would be good for that too.
you make it 1,500?
I'm in it to 1,500.
Can we get people like that?
Yeah, $500, yeah.
Okay,
Do you second to his amendment?
I second.
Okay, now is any more discussion?
So what time?
You tell me. 1 o'clock? Start at 1 o'clock?
I think so.
Okay.
Everybody concur?
To what time?
Okay, all those in favor, please signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign. Well done, thank you.
And what day did we decide?
24th.
24th.
I thought you said the 23rd, Saturday.
That's what I meant, 23rd, I'm sorry. It was split right there and it confused me.
1 PM till what time? 1 to what, so we can advertise?
3?
Yeah, that's more than enough.
Yeah, yes, for festivities.
They're having things over at the lake that day as well.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of stuff. I've got to go to Big Stone Gap.
Yeah, but if we go early enough in the day, they can multitask.
Yeah, the lake stuff happens starting at 4 o'clock, so that'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can come get cold in our water and go
They
warm up
get
in our
cold.
water.
I want my own special seat so I can hear them scream when that water hits it.
You're in your own special.
That'll be just like.
Yeah. Well, but I'm hopefully be out of it by then.
That may be just like a car wash for you, we just.
You know that, I come out of this nursing home and everything, have to watch hip of this and hip of that and everything, you can't say something about. And I come up here and get made fun of because I'm crippled. So anyway.
This is real life.
This is real life, yes.
Are we putting one flagpole down there?
One big one.
How big?
Food City big.
So you're gonna put a Garrison flag up down there?
I don't know if we need to go that big.
Well,
It was brought up by a council member that they like to have a big flag.
Garrison flag's pretty big
Yeah,
and it's pretty heavy.
heavy, yeah.
It takes, to do it properly, it takes 14 people
Is that what
to
Food
raise
Cities is not that
raise and
big?
lower.
Food Cities is not that big.
I don't think theirs is a garrison flag, but it's also not an official size flag.
They are, I've helped put them up and take them down, they're huge.
You betcha they
Is
are.
that like the Sheila Motor Mile? Is that what they have?
Yeah, that's a garrison flag.
We're not gonna go that big.
Okay.
But we need to do the big one, the 3x5.
Yeah, well, they come 5 by 7. I think there's only 4 official sizes of the flag. But you don't want to mess with the garrison flag, believe me.
No, that's already been decided. It's already.
We'll make sure we work on that and have the right.
Have the right people. Okay. Jason, back to you.
Water plant, I think most of you got my message yesterday. While the town was doing some repairs on the CIP cleaning unit and the conductivity sensor, the plant went into shutdown. The town crew was able to get the plant back online yesterday evening. The tank did drop to about 83 feet in the orange tanks, but we expect to catch up quickly with the regular water production that we have now. Another thing is that the lake is getting ready to turn their water on to the campgrounds and fill all their stuff, bathrooms, pool,
And leave
things
it
like that.
running.
Hopefully we've talked to them about how they need to cut it on this year instead of, we've talked to them. No, hopefully they'll take our advice. So we need to be at full capacity once these warmer weather activities begin. We have gained, as of this moment, about 4 feet since yesterday evening. We'll catch up a lot more tonight. I'm not real worried about it. We'll stop filling the blue tank overnight tonight, so we'll be able to catch double what we normally would. So I would say we would probably catch somewhere between 6 and 9 feet tonight, which would put us back to normal capacity where we were. Another thing is the Lane Group, VDH, and the town, which by the town I mean me and Mr. Jones over here, went to Abington. Number one, we got to eat at Pal's, which was a big thing for us. But we went to discuss our Staley Spring Water Plant project. This was an initial discussion about the scope of the project and what the details were. Now, VDH did give guidance on the process going forward, and they actually did give us some really, really good examples of things we could do for our water plant. And I'll get to those in just a minute. But going forward, the first step is going to be to complete a battery of tests of the raw water. Now, when I say raw water, it's going out there and dipping it directly out of the spring. It's never been through a building, never been through a filter, nothing. To see what the tests come back on the raw water of the existing spring. And this is where things have changed, Mr. Mayor and Council, because in the past they would bring a small, I think Mike said the last time they did it, they brought 10 small filters, and they did a month's worth of work to see how the filtration went through those 10 filters. They don't do it like that anymore. They'll send the tests from your raw water analysis to the manufacturer of the water plant, and based on what kind of water you have, they build the plant dedicated to the water that you have. So it will not go through any filtration until the plant's actually open. They just take the raw water, they'll take the results from that and decide what kind of plant and what kind of filters you need. Did I say that correctly? Okay, thought I did. Then there will be we had one in the past in about 2001. There will also need to be an up-to-date monitoring of the flow capacity of the spring, so the permit can be issued for the amount of water that the town can take out of the spring. In other words, years ago it was 420 something? 420. 420 something was the amount of gallons that came out of that spring every day. We're going to have to do another test. That's not going to take a whole lot of time.
No, 750,000 gallons a day is what he's going through.
Right.
The only thing you can take out was 420.
So that is something else we're gonna have to set a number for. And I don't think this sampling, unless I heard something wrong, I don't think the sampling's gonna take all that long.
A day's worth of sand.
A day's worth, a day's worth of sampling, and then, you know, once DEQ signs off on it, which, you know, they will, I'm sure, then it's just a matter of getting the numbers to the manufacturer so they can build the right facility for us. One thing that they did say that I had never thought about, I don't think Mike had ever thought about, but right now we have one skid with 42 filters on it. They suggested when we build our new water plant, make 2 skids with 21 on it. That way, if you have one skid goes down, you still got 21 more that you can go at half capacity, which makes a lot of sense.
That makes perfect sense.
And he said if we do the modifications at the old water plant in the future, split it too. That way you basically, if your water plant's running, you have 4 different ways of filtering and producing water. I thought that was, I had not thought about that. The last thing I had of note, is I did talk to Attorney Castle regarding some of the delinquent, derelict properties in the town, and went over a couple of them that I feel are the worst, or 2 of the worst. And I had reported, and I spoke to him and let him know that they are on the tax system for delinquent taxes. He advised me, he said, you can tell council that it is my strong opinion to let it go through the tax process before you approach anything with derelict properties. Because he said once those properties are sold, it's going to be a new owner you're dealing with, and usually the new owner, they knows when they buy the property that it's derelict, and they're going to have to do something with it. So he said you're going to waste a lot of time and money if you do not let it go through that system and at least see what the decision is.
So when do we start the process?
Oh, this process has already been started.
Okay.
When we sent those, last year?
She told me that'd be later in the summer, whenever they would do the sale. As I called about it a couple weeks ago.
Sound like a winner to me.
I have a question about sending the water to the manufacturer of the plant for them to
They won't
tell
get
us what we have to build.
No. Let me rephrase that. We send the water to Blue Ridge Analytical.
Okay,
Blue Ridge Analytical runs the tests
okay,
on all the metals, all the
okay.
and then they make the recommendation. This is what's in their water. Make sure that their filters will filter this out to
It may require a pre-filter if you've got sand,
Yeah.
say, in it, instead of clogging a multiple tube, that you go in there. It might be that if it's silty, has a high turbidity, that we pre-filter and then do it. It makes perfect sense to do that.
Yes, but how do we plan for the finances of this if we don't know what we
What you're
have to
gonna
build?
build.
It's not the whole plant, it's just
the filter.
Okay,
There's so many different filters out there. They build a filter for what needs to be taken out of your water.
so we're still not gonna know what it's gonna cost us.
They should be
They should be about
pretty
identical.
close to the same price on all
All
the
the
filters.
filters are gonna be the same.
Well, the only thing the only thing from talking to these people that would probably change is either the amount of fibers in it or the size of the fibers in it.
But the price is gonna be basically the same for
Yes.
all of them they've
Yes.
got, hopefully.
It's not the whole plant, it's just the filters.
Okay.
Jason, I got a question for you too.
Okay.
The pump still over in Tazewell?
They're ready to be brought and put in any
I
time.
could have drug them over here myself.
Well, I just didn't do it because I wanted to do the CIP cleaning first before I tore all those pumps out. And because, like right now, we got the part we were looking for 4 months. Finally came in. Went over there and put it in. Error, conductivity, sensor's wrong, bad. We had to drain the CIP tank yesterday, 4 feet of water. That's what produced the fault. They were over there working on it. That's what produced the fault that shut the plant down yesterday evening.
Right.
We went back over there, got it on. I don't want to mess with anything over there until that cleaning that we've been waiting on has been completed. Once that cleaning is completed and the filters are functioning at 100%, we're going to take off.
Okay.
But we're keeping up with the pumps we have. Is it as efficient as it would be with the new pumps? No. But I don't want to take anything apart and risk anything going wrong until I get that cleaning done. That's what I have been trying to get done for a year now.
Okay.
I mean, if it wasn't for that CIP cleaning, they'd have been in 3 weeks ago.
Okay? Anybody else? Jason, that fixes it. Okay. Then go to the treasurer's report.
We wrote these checks. AZ Office Resource, $231.12. Brightspeed, $1,147.15. Centos, $774.65. Curtis Hawkins, $95. Electronic Systems, $39.90. Ferguson, $334.97. Fort Chisholm Septic, $3,600. Harpo's Hardware, $447.39. Joint Industrial Development Authority, $5,820.75. Joint Public Service Authority, $1,583.48. Casey Property Maintenance, $160. Lines Cleaning, $725. Parks Incorporation, $3,249.05. Parkway Gas, $2,076.89. PTLF Process LLC, $3,020.51. Roy Street Supermarket, $33.60. Sayers Electric, $3,510. Snyder Electric, $1,731.22. Shintel, $801.58. Shred-it USA, $96.98. Southwestern Equipment, $700.29. The Bank of Marion, $173.35. The Lane Group, $6,462.75. US Cellular, $422.49. USA Blue Book, $424.68. Miss Utility, $63.60. With County, $18,363.17. With County Parks and Recreation, $5,000. It's a total of $61,089.57.
With county.
It's the,
911?
yeah, dispatch. Sorry, couldn't think of the word. Consolidated dispatch.
What did they say about the license, one of the license that hasn't been collected yet, the business license?
We haven't talked to him about that. Did you talk to him about that?
No, I was face to face with you the other day, forgot to even bring it up. I apologize, I'll do that tomorrow.
What about the sign, the electronic sign? Did you talk to anybody about that?
I called Jerry's and left a message with I'm getting them confused, Hatco and Jerry's. One of them was the flagpole people, and the other one were Jerry's signs. I've left a message with both of those and haven't got a call back on either one. Does Hapco, are you familiar with Hapco? It's where they said they used to get their flagpoles from, but it's not showing online that they do flagpoles anymore, and I've called twice.
We used to get a catalog from some flag outfits that sold.
I might just see if there's any in Roanoke and.
What's the place out there next to Abington that makes the flagpoles?
That's Hapco.
Okay, so they're not,
That's on Hillman Highway.
yeah,
That's who I've called twice.
okay.
3 times. Again.
We got a sidebar going here.
I think so. We'll have
Told him
to-
you called twice, do it again.
Three times, that's saying. Okay, anybody else
I
have any?
had the same experience. I tried to get them to provide a flagpole for the depot, and nobody would ever talk to me.
Hapco,
Yeah,
same people?
yeah,
So do I need to just give up on them?
I gave up on
All right, I'll give up on
it. You got a lot more clout than I do.
No.
So moved, Mayor.
All right, we got the motion that you've accepted.